Hey, good morning, Taylor. This is Khalil. I wanted to give you a demonstration. You had some questions. So first, let me start off the bat. This was the newest version. As you can see, the shaft is shorter. I'll do a close-up on one of these. The shaft is shorter, but it has the same insertion points. And the older version is the black version with the longer shaft. That shaft is not really necessary because it's a little wobbly. As y'all can even pull this off. This is kind of too extended. And the shorter version is closer to the handle size, so it makes more sense. I'm also going to show you, just to remind you where I am with this. This is my packaging, mock packaging UV slide on. And we've got the horizontal and the vertical. I'll pull up the horizontal, that's right here. Okay. So I was going to say to you today, let's look at kind of the first version just to examine how it went in. As you can see, the bottom of these slots here are all different arc shapes and all different lengths. So how do we get it assembled? Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna dismantle the one that I need the least, which is the open-ended back. As I was experimenting, I took the top off of this one. So we're gonna dismantle this one. Let's just make sure it's still together, okay. Actually, we can do one that's a little more, we'll do this one because it's from the package. I'll put this one in the package, fine. Let's go back to vertical. Let's look at the bottom here, we're gonna examine. It's a little, scraggly. You can see kind of the shards of scaffolding, but it's okay for now. So what I'm going to do to dismantle it and put it together in this video, first I'm going to take out the lights. So the lights are here. We're going to have to just kind of secure it. When you remove the lights, hold the bridge between the rails. So I'm just going to slide it out. Let's slide one out gently, very gently. Okay. Like you see, and as you rotate, you have to turn it and slide. And then just give it some, brace it with something like that. So it'll slide it right out. This one's gonna come right now. That's light number one. Then you turn it over to another light. This is kind of bent a little. That's light number two. Let's get it up here. Okay. It's a little tight, that's light number two. And as I get the third light, we can get a little bit more appreciation for what these rods are doing. Let's get this side out here. Gently, you don't want it to break. A little pinch, just pinch with your nails. Just pinch here, I'm gonna pull up, pull. If you can't get it for a second, I recommend just twisting and moving on to not get frustrated. And this next one will come right out. It's kind of the technique, you kind of twist and roll. So I'm just dismantling this, Taylor, so you can see what it is to reassemble it. 1 second, we'll just pull this side off. All right, just a little friction here. Okay, I'm down stuck inside this little, just give it a push from the top from another one. You can force it out like that. Okay. Just have to pull it. Just wiggle it around a little. Twist it left and right. We got four, and we'll get this one out in a second. Okay, let's pull this up. And if you can, you can try to pinch from in here on this angle and use the wire as leverage. Okay, it's coming. I'm just gonna twist it over sideways. Some leverage from the bottom. All right, it's coming out. I have to break the ball. Okay, there we go. So it took a few minutes, a little ball break, but it's fine. We got this here. So what I'm saying is we have over 1,000 bulbs in my garage. Now we're gonna look at what we were doing. As you can see here, these are threaded in on the rods. The rods here are, I would say between 12 and 3 o'clock, between 3 and 6 o'clock, between 6 and 9 o'clock, and between 9 and 12 o'clock. So how do we get the rods out? This one had a little snappage, but the 3 rods are assembled. So we're just going to put our fingers in over the rod here, 2 rods, 12 and 3 and 3 and 6, and then twist a little, push a little. It's already coming way out. We're gonna rotate to 3 and 6 and 6 and 9. Here's just 3 and 6. and push it up. Now we're going to rotate it around again. It's coming right out to this side again. We can actually do both sides here simultaneously. We'll do 6 o'clock, and now it's already coming out. Okay, so look, it's out. Okay, so that's how it comes out. Now we're going to look at it carefully. This one has a lot of scaffolding. It's dirty, but I want to show you the rods. This is a 2-rod assembly, but I'm going to show you just for example these 2 rods. You see how they are different lengths, okay? And this is the importance of, I want to say the importance of building it sturdy enough that these rods can withhold the standing. So what you're going to look for on the sheath here on the scaffolding, this is a dirty scaffolding, but it's not a mold, but you can look at these holes here. These holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, correspond to the rods on the doorknob. So when it goes in, you have to come in appropriately and match the hole. So what I'm looking for, the landmark, first hole, is the smallest hole. The smallest hole is going to be here. So, but this one is a little cracked. So we're going to go around here. Put this through. Put this on. Make sure these stay aligned. Leave it like that, kind of engaged. And we're going to try to go from underneath and use our hands from here to go between the 2 circular spots, the two domes, and kind of feed it in. Feed it in one, and then twist it around and feed it in the other, okay? And you're gonna push with your nail down because it's still fed in here. And you're gonna rotate it, feed in one, feed in the other. As you can see, it comes straight on, pushes in, we have the rods. Go to the lights, we're gonna go 1 light here. 1 light is in. That's 1 light. We'll go to the 2nd light. Try to get your wires untangled here, you know? So really, I don't feel it's that difficult, but it does take a lot of dexterity. If you needed me to do it, I'm happy to try to do it. When I get the mold version, I'll be very happy to do it. That's what I'm waiting for. But for the prototyping, yeah, I can give you a tutorial more than this, probably not, but it's very easy. Just slide these in, find the slots. Instead, look, we already have 2 lights in. 2 lights already assembled. And this is going to look much smoother and much more furnished and much more sophisticated when we have a molded, flawless molded curve and dome here on the bottom, a globe on the base that will be accessible to them. So this is 2. I've already done 3. This one cracks, so it'll be easier, but we'll come around and do it anyway. It's at my dining room table. My wife yells at me. Just go straight down. This one. And that was really all you have to do. I don't feel the assembly is that convoluted, but what I wanted to really do is look for the landmarks. And when you get bored with one, rotate, use your fingers to go through. I have big hands. Look at how big my hands are. I can hide my whole invention with 1 hand. And if I pull it back, you see 4 inventions. So your little hands or anyone's hands at the office can go right into here. You're gonna press down. Those tabs are flexible. It's not a PLA. It's not a ABS. You know. So with that in mind, you can get a little. Look how I push this and it bends a little. We want that bend, but we want it sturdier. That's why we're looking for more unique dexterity, but also unique hardness. I said, like Bronco is not going to bend like that, but we can at least with this on the market TPU, PETG, sorry, the on the TPU for here is bendable, and the PETG. Now nothing broke. It was broken before. I just really said 2 broken slots. But I'll demonstrate these. These all have 4. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, it was reassembled. So I feel it is achievable. It is a concept that, you know, it might be a little difficult in the laboratory. You'd have to have a good team of skilled sewing hands. I'm not a sewer. Maybe I'm a surgeon in another life, but in the future. But for me now, all I'm doing is bending this down and then figuring out like a Rubik's Cube. You kind of twist it, compress it, insert it, twist it, compress it, insert it, twist it, compress it, insert it, until it goes in. So I am the designer from 5 years ago. The original designer, the only designer. I did all these designs in Tinkercad, kid software. So it's nothing that's you know, beyond the scope of see where the small hole is, compress the small rod, put the small rod in the small hole. If you have resistance, turn it. Get the second largest rod into the second largest hole, compress it, insert it. You got resistance, okay, rotate it. Back to the first one, okay, not working, back to the third one. So between all these concepts, this will improve, hopefully, your understanding. And so while we're done video, I want to give you one last look. This is the vertical, and this is the horizontal. I get out of here before my family eats breakfast and yells at me. Nice talking to you today. Bye.